So I've been thinking, are we in a golden age of sim racing or not? And I think it depends what kind of sim racer you are. Okay, so if you're an online esportsy down to like competitive, whatever you are in that band, sim racer, I think this is not a golden age. Like, I think the golden age, and I don't take any wrong connotations, but I think it was like COVID, when a lot of us were at home and we were on iRacing, ACC, Gran Turismo Sport, these kind of games. Like, that really was the golden age, and we're past it. Like, I remember driving with my mates, other YouTubers in leagues, and with you guys watching in the streams, watching the content. Like, it was a buzz, and we weren't missing out on anything. I wasn't missing playing football or rugby or going to the pub or anything. Like, that was it. That was it, and it was a cool thing. Like, it was cool to be sim racing in COVID. Like, you know, we had stuff to do and we were racing, and even the real racing drivers were coming in and getting involved. Yeah, that was a golden age, right? So, is it better where we are now than then? Have the sims really improved that much? Yeah, I mean, iRacing's better. Le Mans Ultimate exists. Evo, GT7, Forza Motorsport. But, you know, so maybe things have actually not improved that much. Let's be honest. The hardware-wise, like, yeah, we have better hardware now. Like, the direct drives are more ubiquitous. Direct drives are more accessible. It's a shame that didn't coincide. Like, if the democratization of direct drives that we've seen from companies like Moser, like Logitech, like THRUSTMASTER, like Fanatec, bring it in low pricing, if that had been there during COVID, that might have been crazy. But a lot of us were on G29s or Fanatec CSL Elites or TGTs, these ones, and the Elite were on Fanatec podiums and whatnot, or SimuCube 2 Pros. But yeah, so the hardware has improved. We have glossier wheels and things. Isn't that a little bit of a vanity? Like, would you trade having a 2025 rim or 2020 summer 2020 like online experience if you're an online racer? One to think about. What if you're a single player sim racer? Well, I don't think now is any worse than COVID. I don't think COVID's really relevant for single player, because if you're a single player sim racer, you're going to be carving that time anyway. It's going to be something you do after work or at the weekend that you look forward to. That's your time. It's a bit more controllable, right? You can control your experiences a bit more. It's not random. You're not going to have some mad dude who punts you off in T1 every race and iRacing a certain series. But then hang on, if you think back to, I don't know, late 2000s, you know, we had games there like the TOCA series, you know, like even Forza, Gran Turismo. Like, they had proper career modes, right? They had proper storytelling, like the Grid series and stuff like that. Like, you know, there was more emphasis on storytelling and story, helping us imagine that we're racing drivers, you know, going through a series and having rivals and ups and downs and mechanicals and reaching the top. And it wasn't just all like emergent. Like, that was fun. Do we have that now at all? iRacing doesn't really have a career mode. I mean, you do single player iRacing games that will print a newspaper front page through at the end. Le Mans Ultimate just keeps pushing off actually having a career mode, which I think is a bit, I don't say scandalous, but I think it's a shame at the very least that they're not prioritizing single player more, because I think that's a real opportunity for them. And I'm not convinced by the screenshots I've seen that the career mode is going to be really in depth. It looks kind of like superficial. At least the ability to go through championships, like I think the Formula 1 games, to their credit, even though I've slated a lot of them, like F1 24, like at least to their credit, they have a strong career mode emphasis. So if you're a single player sim racer, I don't think now is any better. I certainly don't think we're in a golden age right now. And actually, when you look at monetization, are we in a golden age? No. You have to spend more on sim racing software than you ever have done previously, I think. It's, you know, as it's become more live servicey, we have to pay for that. The equipment is arguably, it goes both ways. There's more expensive equipment available now, but you also have some incredible bargains like a G29 on sale or a T598 when it goes on sale as well. Like, these are the Moser R3, Moser R5 bundle. Like, these are really good value stuff. Fanatec CSL as well. So Okay, so it hasn't got more expensive, but I don't feel like we're in a golden age sim racing. I feel like there's a lot of brands doing really cool stuff, making really cool products. I feel like the developers are struggling. I feel like the developers are struggling to develop these games on the same budgets they had previously. They're all doing early access. They all kind of like need to start getting money in. They can't keep working, finish the game. Because let's be honest about it, they're not finishing games, right? They're releasing them in early access because they're not finished. Whether that's actually called early access or it's like Forza Motorsport, it's not called early access, but basically is. Then you look at something like Gran Turismo 7, you're like, okay, well, there's a lot of stuff they needed to fix, like the economy, the grindiness of it, renting cars, allowing us to rent cars for sport mode, etc. But the game was kind of there, and they even kept all this like content that they could rip through in terms of the cars and some of the tracks, etc. Yeah, it seems like developers are struggling. I don't blame them. It's just difficult. We as sim racers are we'll spend a lot on hardware, but we don't like spending a lot on software. Let's be honest about it. Like, you know, if we're brutally honest about it, an iRacing subscription for 2 years on sale is like, what, $110 or something? Like, where does that get you in terms of equipment? That gets you like a quarter of this wheel. Like, seriously, gets you a quarter of this wheel. This is like a mid-range THRUSTMASTER wheel. So I just feel like we're not in a golden age if we're honest, and maybe people need to think about this more, like on YouTube, like actually where are we in the industry? Why are we there? It's not for lack of hardware, probably for lack of advancement in software. Are the developers not trying? Yes, they're definitely trying. They're really trying. Does there need to be more communication between hardware manufacturers and software? Are we held back by protocols like USB and the drivers that direct drive wheelbases use? Maybe. Do we need some real do we need to celebrate our real geniuses in the industry, like Richard at SimLab, like Tyler at Conspit, like Thomas ex Fanatec? Do we need to celebrate these people as like pioneers? You know, do we need to kind of understand where we are in sim racing right now, or is everything just fine? Is everything just fine? Is there anyone out there who if you've listened to this, put an Apple emoji in the comments so I know. Are you like, no, sim racing's pretty cool? Or do we think the next sim racing games are going to be better, or are they going to be worse in some ways? Like, what do we think Gran Turismo 8 is going to be like? Is there going to be a next Forza Motorsport? Probably not, by the sounds of things. Is iRacing going to really do the graphics overhaul? Is Le Mans Ultimate going to, you know, start bundling some of the old content for free? I don't know. I wanted to make this video because I don't really know exactly where we are with sim racing. I'm trying to form my opinion. There's so much great stuff in sim racing. I love sim racing. It's my main hobby. Very lucky. But do we think enough about the meta of sim racing? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next video.